Imagine you're an ender dragon, lost in the overworld, facing all kinds of enemies. On day 1, I hatched as a little tiny ender dragon, but things didn't feel right. Where am I? Why is everything so green down there? I was in the overworld. This was not my home. How did I get here? I have so many questions, but I do know that I have 10 hearts, and I can fly! Woohoo! This is awesome! Wait, what's this? Fireball? As a dragon, I can shoot fireballs that emit this purple flame, but I gotta be careful, because it hurts me too. Oh my gosh, no, oh, that hurts me. Okay, good to know, good to know. Take that, stupid villagers. I also took all their food from the farms, but the villagers didn't seem so happy about this. Oh, sorry. I guess destruction is in my nature. I felt bad for what I did, but they'll get over it. When night fell, zombies and skeletons appeared. I tried using my fireball, but it only healed them. Oh no, it doesn't affect the undead. I had to think quick and make a wooden sword to attack them. I killed them all. Hopefully killing them will make me look better towards those villagers, and they'll forgive me. It was getting late, so I fell asleep on top of one of the villagers' houses. On day 2, I was craving meat. Since I am a carnivore, and these vegetables don't fill me up very fast. And without my energy, I can't fly. So I found some pigs and shot fireballs at them, killing them. Now I had some food. Delicioso. I started exploring this world, and I found a witch in her hut who wanted to speak with me.
You are far from home, little dragon. You need to get back to the end before it's too late.
I knew I wasn't in the right place. It's now my mission to get back home. But how do I do that? It takes a lot of steps to get to the end, and I am nowhere near ready to take on the Endermen for their pearls. First step was to get tools, so I gathered wood and stone to make a sword, pickaxe, and an axe. After that, I called it a day and found a nice place to spend the night, though I was getting pretty lonely. For day 3, I knew I'll probably be stuck in the overworld for a while, so I should make a base of operation. I need a house big enough for a dragon. I gathered up a lot of stone and found some coal and chopped down some spruce and oak trees. I found a nice open area to build a castle base, so I started forming the foundation. I also was getting hungry again. Ooh, I need food. Maybe I should make a farm. I gathered up some cows, chickens, sheep, and pigs, and I made a nice gated area for them. I also planted some wheat, carrots, and potatoes so I could feed them and breed them, so I could have an infinite amount of food. This place looks great, but it's still missing something. Someone to share it with. On days 4 through 6, I was eating, when all of a sudden, I grew into a full-sized ender dragon. Whoa, I'm huge! Oh, and I have 20 hearts! Yes! Now that I was bigger, I needed to make sure my base could fit me, which it did, but I still think it needs to get bigger. I made an area for furnaces and for chests, and a large entrance. I needed more materials, so I set off and found a village, but something wasn't right. The village was under attack. What's happening here? Who's behind this destruction? Oh my gosh, I think it's that thing! There was a huge GHAST queen destroying the village! I have to save this village and make up for what I did to that other village. I tried fighting the GHAST queen, but my attacks did nothing to it. This isn't good. The GHAST queen then approached me.
Oh, look at this weak ender dragon lost from the rest of its family.
My family?
Oh, doesn't matter. Soon I will destroy you and your pathetic dragon family.
I was dumbfounded. I watched the GHAST queen leave, but all I could think about was that there are more of me. I have to save my family and destroy that GHAST queen, but I need to get stronger. On days 7 to 8, I woke up to some Endermen and creepers destroying my base. No, stop stealing my blocks, and don't you dare blow up. I fought them off, killing them all, but one survivor, a wanderer Enderman. Stop right there. Why are you here? I took pity on the wanderer, and it told me that no one has ever shown it kindness. Its so-called friends were really just bullies. Well, I'll be your friend. Why don't you join me on my journey? What can I call you? Well, I'm gonna call you Robert. Robert and I set off to collect more resources, like iron, and we even found some gold. I made an iron pickaxe so I could mine the gold. We then traveled to the swamp when it started to rain. Are you scared of the rain? I then remembered Endermen are weak to water, so we waited in the cave for the rain to stop before heading back to the base. On day 9, I decided to rest from all that mining and went into a deep sleep. I dreamt that I was in the end and I started flying around. Woo! This is awesome! This is where I belong. But then I saw the GHAST Queen.
Oh, Bronzo. It's no wonder your family abandoned you in the overworld. Just look at how pitiful you are compared to other Ender Dragons.
What? They left me on purpose?
How else do you think an Ender Dragon could hatch in the overworld? You're an embarrassment to them.
I woke up, haunted by my dream. Surely, the GHAST Queen was lying to me. I knew my family wouldn't have abandoned me, right? On days 10 to 13, I needed to make a room for Robert, right next to mine, and with plenty of chests for materials he finds during our travels. Also, I made him a bed, so he can be comfy in his room. I then went exploring and collected a lot of stone, since I wanted to get rid of the cobblestone and make my base look more like a castle. I also melted the iron that I got earlier to make a complete iron armor set and tools. Then, the witch showed up and had a quest for me.
There is a dungeon not far from here, and on its top, you'll find a Battle Tower Guardian.
She wants me to defeat the Tower Guardian and take its treasure. So Robert and I set off to find the tower. On days 14 through 16, we made it to the dungeon. Well, it was actually a battle tower. There were so many different types of mobs, like zombies, skeletons, and spiders. As we went through the dungeon, we found more and more rewards. Oh, diamonds! Everything was going really well, but Robert started to get scared. You might be too weak by yourself, but together, we could do anything. We made it to the top of the tower and found the Tower Guardian. I know I can. We started the battle, and the Guardian really knew how to fight. I used my fireballs against it, which hurt it a lot, but we had to do a lot of melee attacks as well. The fight was long, and they kept using their explosion attack, but Robert and I made an amazing team, and we were able to take it down. We did it! Yeah, let's go! I then gathered up all the loot, diamonds, gold, and a gold saddle, and also a music disc. This is so cool! Now that we defeated the Tower Guardian, it was time to rest. For days 17 through 20, I had a brilliant idea to make a statue of an Ender Dragon in front of my castle base. I needed some materials first though, so I went and killed squid to get their ink sacs to dye my sheep black. Now I just need to wait for them to grow more wool. This statue will be so cool. Hopefully my family will see it and they find me. But while I was busy with the sheep, Robert ran into some creepers. Oh no, creepers! Robert, run! Keep them away from the base! They were blowing up my base, so I fought them off and got rid of those pests. Anytime, buddy. Now, I needed to fix everything that the creepers destroyed, but I also used this opportunity to expand the base. I wanted to make rooms for anyone who wanted to stay here, so I made one big, large room for now, just in case my family stops by. On days 21 to 23, I went exploring to hopefully find any clues about my family, and to my surprise, I found a phoenix! So you wouldn't know why I'm here? I thought phoenixes were supposed to be smart. It told me that though it's never seen my family, it knows that I had to be born here for a reason. I just need to find out what that purpose is. I was now on a mission to go to the Nether. So I went home and told Robert about it, but he warned me that I wasn't ready. I need diamond armor, but I don't have any diamonds yet. Looks like it's time to start mining. I went down a cave and searched for diamonds, but after hours of looking, I only found 5 diamonds, just enough to make a diamond sword and pickaxe. On days 24 through 28, I had enough black wool to start on the statue, so I made the feet and legs. Pretty soon, I'll have enough to make the entire thing, but then I'll need other black materials to make the details. Now it's time I continued my search for more dragons. And on the way, I made it to the tundra, where I met some villagers. Hello, is everything going well in this village? One of the villagers tells me they are being attacked by a flock of gastlings every night. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. So I flew up to the mountain and found the gastlings and started to fight them. Luckily, they were a lot weaker than the GHAST Queen. I'm a dragon! I'll defeat you! Die already! Yes! I finally defeated them, and the village was safe. They gave me a bow with power 2 and knockback 1. This'll come in handy. If you want to always be safe, you should come live with me at my castle. I take a few of the villagers back to my base, and once we get there, I see the witch.
Bronzo, I have exciting news.
You found my family?
No, you just reached 300,000 subscribers.
What? That's awesome! But did you know that only 6.6% of my viewers are actually subscribed? We need to bump that number up. On days 29 to 33, I went in search for more diamonds to complete my diamond armor set. I also mined for obsidian and found some flint while mining stone. I used the obsidian to make a nether portal, but I wasn't ready yet to use it. I still don't have enough diamonds for the armor yet. I extended the farm, making individual areas for each animal and crops in each of their pens to make feeding easier. I also extended the base and made the start of a little village next to the castle, so my villager friends feel more at home. But later, my base was attacked by an ender golem and his minions. How rude! Let's fight! It took a while and some hiding in the water, but I defeated all of them. Yeah! But with no help from Robert. They attacked us! I had no choice. Robert wasn't happy, and I didn't know how to make things better. For days 34 through 37, Robert was upset with me. He wanted to be by himself for a while, to clear his head. This made me pretty upset too, and I had no motivation to do anything. That is, until the witch showed up.
Bronzo, you need to pull yourself together. Your enemies are getting stronger while you sit around feeling bad for yourself.
She was right. I needed to grow stronger. So despite not having a full diamond armor set, I went into the nether. An ender dragon in the nether. Don't see that every day. While in the nether, I met an elder Farlander who had a warning for me.
Turn back. Everyone here works for the GHAST Queen. You won't survive a day here.
Okay, boomer. I didn't take his advice and continued on, where I found a field of ender soul clones who were being held captive by one of the GHAST Queen's pawns, a titan.
Keep quiet, you stupid clones.
I felt bad for the ender souls. They reminded me of Robert. I had to free them. Hey, you big meanie, let them go. The titan summoned an ender golem to help him, but this time it was not easy. I couldn't hide in water.
Your efforts against the GHAST Queen are futile. It won't make your family want you back.
The ender golem's attacks were too strong, and I couldn't hide in water, so I was forced to flee and leave the nether. I arrived back at my base for days 38 through 40, where Robert was waiting for me. Robert gave me his diamonds, and I was able to complete my diamond armor set, but I couldn't fit in the chest plate because my wings were too big. I also crafted a diamond axe. Robert told me about the perks of having a wither skull. All withered mobs will have a lowered detection range while they're wearing it as a disguise. This will be helpful for fighting the Titan. Robert and I went back to the nether in stealth mode. We're going to find a fortress and get a wither skull. On days 41 to 43, Robert and I found a fortress in the nether. There it is. We fought wither skeletons to try and gather wither skulls, which are pretty rare drops. So we had to battle so many of them. But finally, we found one. I got it, and I was able to put it on my head. Let's try it out. This is going to disguise me from all creatures in the nether, including the Titan. Now it was time to take on the Titan and free those Ender Soul clones. The disguise really worked. The Titan was unable to see me.
Who's attacking me? Show yourself, coward!
Robert and I were like the dynamic duo, and with my wither disguise, we could do anything, like defeat the Titan. Yes! After the fight, Robert went back to one of the Ender Soul clones, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. What are y'all talking about? That's a great idea. Now we had more friends to stay with us on the base, so we showed the clones the way to their new home. On days 44 through 49, we made it back to the base with the Ender Souls. So I built a small extension to the castle for them to live in, decorated with beds, chests, and torches. But just then, we were attacked by a wither! Oh my gosh!
You killed my skeleton friends. Prepare to die.
I tried to fight back, but it was too powerful. It just kept shooting exploding skulls at me. Whoa, okay, out of here. But before I almost died, it stopped its destruction. Oh, please, please stop.
The GHAST Queen's army is stronger than you'll ever be.
The Wither was a wake-up call. I had no idea what I was going up against, and I was not ready to take on the GHAST Queen's army. The Wither left, but it reminded me of when I was a Wither for 100 days. But I was a lot nicer. Or was I?
Oh, thank you.
The villagers and I cleaned up the destruction the Wither left behind. Gotta keep this place in tip-top shape. For days 50 through 53, I was even more determined to get stronger, thanks to that Wither's appearance. I need answers. I paid a visit to the witch.
Sounds like you need more training.
We did a series of tests, like flying around obstacles and target practice with my fireball power. I also had to dodge fireballs that the witch threw at me.
You've done well, Bronzo. Now go home, rest, and leave me alone.
Oh, okay. I flew home to do as the witch said, but first I had to take care of something. I continued working on the base, building some nicer homes for my farm animals, and adding a bit to the dragon statue. On days 54 to 58, the base was attacked by a swarm of ender minions. What are they doing here? I fought them off. They may look dumb, but they are strong in numbers. Then, in the middle of the fight, Robert ran out of the castle. Then tell them to stop attacking the base. I felt bad, but what else was I supposed to do? They were trying to hurt me and everyone in the castle. So I did what I had to do and killed all of the ender minions. Robert left, furious at me. Robert, don't go! I felt bad, but I don't regret my actions. A dragon has to protect his base. I ran after Robert. I didn't want this fight to come in between our friendship. I continued chasing Robert, but on days 59 through 62, I lost track of him and ran into some trouble. Some skeletons were shooting at me, while spiders were trying to attack me. I don't have time for this. I fought them off and used my fireball as well as my bow and arrows.
That was awesome.
After I killed them all, I headed off to a village. Hello.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, since landing's hard. Anyway, hey, have you seen a small enderman with a stick carrying a bag?
You mean a bindle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen one pass through here.
The villager also told me that I wasn't the first one to ask if they had seen Robert. Someone else is looking for him?
He went that way.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I followed the villager's directions, but I had been wandering for days, and I haven't slept in a while, and I don't want to battle phantoms, so when night came, I found a place to rest for the night. On days 63 through 66, I finally found Robert, but he was talking to the Elder Farlander. Is that the guy from the Nether? He was the old guy that told me to stay out of the Nether, and that the GHAST Queen had ruled the entire place. But he seemed like a nice guy, so now I don't feel worried about Robert's safety. Robert, I'm sorry for what I did. Will you ever forgive me? Robert apologized for running away. It seemed like all was right again, so we headed back to the base. But when we got home, there were ender golems attacking the farm animals. Stop killing my sheep! I immediately rushed in to kill them all, completely forgetting what Robert asked of me. After I finished killing them, I looked to see if Robert was there, ready to apologize, but he looked upset and he ran back into his room and wouldn't talk to me. I'll just be right here if you change your mind. On days 67 through 70, I added onto the dragon statue, filling in some colors, and I used cobblestone for the gray parts, but I think I'm gonna replace them later, so I'm not quite done with the statue. But for now, it's enormous and looks amazing. Man, it's really coming together! I then did some more farming, killed some of my animals, and cooked their meat, preparing for a long journey ahead. Now it was time to say goodbye to Robert and start my journey. Robert, I'm going to fight the Wither. You don't have to come if you don't want to. He tells me that we may not see eye to eye, but he is still on my side and wants to help. So Robert and I set off to find the Wither. For days 71 to 74, Robert and I came across a village, and we asked the locals about a Wither. All they knew was that someone powerful must have created it. Withers don't just spawn on their own. I know that. I'm a Wither expert. As we were leaving the village, we ran into the Elder Farlander from earlier.
I know where the Wither may be.
Really? Where?
I heard that the Wither is headed to the south, towards the swamp, to visit a witch.
No, not the witch!
Yup, a witch.
I had to leave immediately to help the witch, but Robert wanted to stay with the Elder Farlander for a while. You don't want to help me? I thought you were on my side. Coward! I left my friend. I had to go help the witch. She can't fight the Wither alone. On days 75 through 78, I made it to the witch's hut and saw the Wither wrecking the place. No, I'm too late! The witch was throwing potions at it and trying her best, but it's not really helping. I'll save you.
match, I see.
You got this, Bronzo.
We fought long and hard. I used my fireball, but the Wither just used it to heal. The Wither has natural healing powers too, so it was hard to get a hit and for it to stay. Finally, the witch lured it into a cave filled with obsidian. I shot many arrows at it and hit it quite a few times with my diamond sword, and the witch used as many potions and spells as she could think of.
Take this, you vile beast.
And together, we were able to kill it.
No!
Yes! We did it!
Thank you, Bronzo. Looks like your training paid off.
The witch gave me some potions as a reward. She gave me a potion of fire resistance, a potion of strength, a potion of healing. She also gave me enchanted arrows, arrows of poison, and arrows of weakness. These will help me with my fight against the Ghast Queen. Thank you so much. Now that the witch was safe, I headed home. Hopefully, Robert was there waiting for me. On days 79 to 84, I was trying to get back to the base when I ran into a village that was being attacked by a group of ender golems. I have to save this town. I went in to fight, but I was still weak from my battle with the Wither, and there wasn't any water around, so this was a lot harder of a fight than I expected. I guess I'll have to hide on this building and shoot arrows. I don't want to kill any of the villagers with my fireball. I had to change up my strategy on fighting these things, but I came out victorious. Yeah, I did it! When the last one died, they dropped dragon armor. Ooh, let's put this on. Oh, my diamond armor's looking weak. It was so much better than my diamond armor. Now I was basically indestructible, and I had a full armor set, even without the chest plate. This is awesome. I can do anything. I continued on home, feeling very rewarded for saving that village. On days 85 to 89, I made it back to the base, happy to see Robert, but he was upset. He heard about the ender golems I killed. I told him that the last ender creatures I killed were carrying dragon armor. I told him I had to kill them to save the village, and that the last ender creatures I killed were carrying dragon armor. Isn't that suspicious, Robert? These guys are up to no good. But then Robert turned into the mutant enderman. He was under the influence of the ender souls that have been living at my base. This isn't you. Snap out of it, buddy. He ignored me and wouldn't calm down. Or maybe he couldn't because he was being controlled. Robert, don't do this. I don't want to fight you. Ah! I had no choice. I hurt Robert pretty badly, and he ran away. I didn't know what to do. I felt awful for what happened. How could I not see what Robert was going through? I killed all the ender souls at my base for manipulating Robert, but it didn't make me feel any better. Maybe getting some rest will clear my mind. Hopefully after a night's sleep, Robert will come back. On days 90 through 93, I needed to distract myself from what happened with Robert, so I completed the dragon statue, replacing the cobblestone on top with light gray concrete and gray concrete. It looked so amazing once it was finished, but while I was admiring my work, Robert came back and attacked me. Robert! I fought back, but it didn't feel right. You are forcing me to do this. You were my brother, Robert. I loved you. I was forced to do the unthinkable. I killed Robert. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want to kill you. When Robert died, he dropped an ender soul hand. I picked it up, but I didn't have the heart to use it. All I could do was mourn for my old friend, Robert, the adorable little wanderer enderman. On days 94 to 95, I was visited by the witch, who had a warning for me.
That Ender Soul hand is an ancient magical item that can easily corrupt its wearer.
I don't care. I'm going to use it against the Ghast Queen and defeat her once and for all. Once I figure out how to use it, I explained that I lost Robert in this war. I'm not going to let his death be in vain.
All right, if that's how you feel.
I then trained to use the Ender Soul hand. I used it to pick up and throw blocks, as well as teleport. This is so cool. I could teleport anywhere I looked at and pick up any block and throw it. I decided I'm ready to take on the Ghast Queen, but I need rest before I leave. On days 96 and 97, I had a dream that I was in my home dimension, the End, and I was visited by Robert.
It is good to see you, old friend.
Robert, I'm sorry for what happened between us. I wish I would have seen the signs.
This was my fault. I knew the Ender Soul clones were evil, but I wanted to help them on a path of righteousness.
It's not your fault. I should have been a better friend.
Their darkness corrupted me, and I let you down. You were the best of friends. And don't worry about my fallen brethren. We are at peace now.
When I woke up from my dream, I knew exactly what I had to do. I rushed out to gather blocks and materials. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need this for some dye. I killed squids, I dug gravel, I got a bucket of water, I crafted a lot of concrete and concrete powder, as well as other stuff, and I dumped it all down next to my giant ender dragon statue. Time to make a tribute to my best buddy Robert. I used the ender soul hand to toss the blocks into place, which was a lot more fun than I expected. Hey-ya! Oh-yeah! Yeah, haha, there we go. I reflected on my friendship with Robert, his cute little face, an adorable bindle, his words of wisdom. Before I knew it, the statue was done, and my little buddy was immortalized, by my side forever. But then, I had a surprise visitor. An Ender Soul clone? You should have never come. I tried to kill it, but this Ender Soul clone seemed smarter than others. He teleported and dodged my attacks. We were almost playing a game of catch, going up and down the statue. You little, get back here. I was getting angry, but I suddenly remembered how at peace I felt after my dream. My anger disappeared, and I realized that this Ender Soul clone wasn't worth my time. I went home and prepared for the real battle. On days 97 and 98, I stocked up on food and resources that I'll need to fight the Ghast Queen. And then I headed into the Nether. While traveling, I found the Elder Farlander again, and my anger took over. I started to attack him.
Please don't hurt me!
It's your fault Robert turned against me.
I only wanted to help. I had no idea about the Ender Soul. I just wanted everyone to be safe.
I could sense the truth in what the old man was saying.
Robert told me about his conflicting feelings, and I tried to help him from giving in to his anger. I'm sorry I wasn't able to save him. He was my son after all.
The Elder Farlander died. I couldn't believe he was Robert's father, but it must be true. I mourned for his death as well as his son's. I'm sorry for everything. I will avenge you both. On day 99, I made it to the Ghast Queen's base, and outside were a bunch of ghasts waiting for me. Tell me where the queen is. Then tell me where she is! A battle started against me and the ghasts, but they were weak to my fireball, and I was so much faster than them. I killed them all, but interrogated the last one. Tell me where she went! I killed the last ghast, but I was wondering if it was telling the truth. I had to head back home to face the corrupt leader once and for all. But before I do, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment what mod you want to see me do a 100 days video as next. On day 100, I got back to the base, and there she was.
Finally, I can rid this world of you, filthy dragon!
She took the first blow, so I went in for the attack. She also spawned her minions. Take that! Ugh! Oh.
You're a fool if you think I can be killed by an ugly creature like yourself!
Well, you're stupid to think I can't kill you! I used all my powers. My fireball to kill the minions, my ender hand to teleport when I needed to eat, and I used my special arrows that the witch gave me to fight the Ghast Queen.
I will not let you win. I am queen. You will bow down and accept your death.
No, you will die today, not me. And I'll be the one winning this battle. Yes, I did it!